Hey everyone, Chris Ulrich here, racing editor for Roadracing World. I'm at the Chiang International Circuit. Just got done with day 2 of this pretty epic trip to Thailand. On today's menu was the new, for 2026, Bridgestone V03 Slick. Bridgestone relied heavily on the Endurance World Championship during the development of this tire. Some things that came out of that, right, is the front tire has a larger crown, taller crown, and that spreads out the contact patch. And the rear got the same treatment, just larger contact patch. You know, they're going taller with tires instead of wider to keep the agility. Bridgestone paid close attention to improve traction on the entry side of the corner. So that means through the initial phase of the braking zone, it has traction. That continues on into the turning phase and the apex, and that keeps the tire hooked up for when they crack the throttle and start accelerating out. That phase, right, is overlooked kind of in the racing part, or by most people, because it's just, okay, I'm just sliding on the way in. But no, if the tire's not hooked up there, you can't turn it where you want to. The bike will rotate, and then you're behind on acceleration. So, and that's pretty important for the endurance championship for sure, because you're on the bike for 55 minutes at a time. So the longer the tire lasts, the better the lap times are going to be. The longer over 24 hours you're going to be, or the faster you're going to be over 24 hours. For 2026, Bridgestone will offer 2 front compounds, soft and soft medium. At the rear, they'll offer 3 compounds, medium, soft, and sprint. Obviously, the medium's more for endurance. The soft's also very durable, and then the sprint is a softer option for those shorter lap races. Additionally, they're planning to offer the tire at a pretty competitive price. Right now they're shooting for 15% lower than a Pirelli in Europe. I don't know what that's going to end up for the US, but we'll see when the MSRP comes out. So how to do on the racetrack? The rear has a lot of grip. It was, you know, for me it felt like it was pushing the front. You let the brakes off, and the rear was just overloading the front a little bit. But as I picked up the pace and broke later, that fixed itself. But we did have a session where we had a direct comparison between the V02 and the V03, and the V02 tires definitely didn't have as much grip, but they were more balanced between the two. On the V03 side, they just have tons and tons of grip. I found myself doing things that I probably wouldn't normally do with a regular tire or with a lower performing tire. Just cracking the throttle, going straight to it, and yeah, it was pretty wild. And there's no drop off as you go through the session. It's just the lap after lap, consistent performance with, let's say, more grip than any tire in the segment that's currently offered, especially for a 1000cc bike. I mean, we were riding around on a GYTR equipped R1 and just hammering the thing, and it's just like, okay, we're good. Oh, yep, we're good. So a lot of grip on the front side in terms of trail braking and going in the corner. There's very little deflection on the brakes, and as you turn in, the tire keeps its shape and helps rotate around the corner. So that's the characteristics of the carcass of the Bridgestone. It doesn't have that much flex, but man, it creates a lot of grip. It's impressive. And I always said that the V02 and now the V03, they're the best kept secret on the market, especially in the United States, because you know, it's dominated by other brands, and it's most dominated by Dunlop and Pirelli, and Bridgestone hasn't quite made its way into the market share. But most people that go try it and get the thing to work, it ends up being a very, very well performing tire through the duration of the day. I mean, you know, I've had press launches where I've been on VO2s and turned my best lap on the 75th lap. So high performing tire, lots of durability, and you know, pretty solid. Late in the day, we got on the sprint tire, and compared to the medium, tons of grip. Like it's like going from a standard tire to a Q tire almost. Like not quite, a little more durability, but there's definitely a drop off as the laps piled up. You know, when the thing got 20, 30 laps on it, the drop off came, but still very manageable on the slide, predictable on the slide, and maintain that traction all the way through the corner from the braking zone to the apex. So pretty impressive. So that's the end of the day. Got to sample two different compounds and on 3 different motorcycles. So everything from the CBR 1000RR R to BMW S1000RR and the GYT R1, and each bike, the tire performed well on each bike. So that's it from Cheng International Circuit. Keep an eye out for my full review and an upcoming print issue of Road Racing World. You can visit roadracingworld.com to subscribe. Thanks for reading, thanks for watching. We'll see you at the track.